the Northern Army in Joel 2, the Euphrates locust in Revelation 9. All of these are terms for aliens.
How do we know that? How do we know that?
Well, what I've been doing for the past about since 2000 is becoming an avid decoder in Bible codes.
Now, excuse me, you said the last 2000?
Since year 2000.
Oh, since year 2000, I see. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so the Lord's been able to show me different terms being used to describe these alien beings in Hebrew terminology, in the Masoretic text of the Hebrews.
Mm-hmm.
And when you just tear down the words, you can take a basic concordance to biblical terms. Locusts. What exactly are locusts? I know some American preachers teach it that's helicopters, but it's wrong. Also other terms being tall boys, lizards, obviously lizards, snakes, the nagus. Just different types refer to the same beings, which we call today aliens.
So do you read Hebrew?
I've been learning it.
Well, you say that you've been doing the Bible code since the year 2000. So how can you read the Bible code that is written in Hebrew if you don't read Hebrew?
Well, they translate it into English.
Who does?
The programs do.
Oh, this is a computer program you use.
Right, computer Bible decode program.
Okay, and I always thought when the Bible was talking about locusts, well, they were talking about locusts, the swarms of locusts that are very, very common in that part of the world. And
right. Well, the Book of Revelation is based in a lot of symbology. And so if you break down the symbolism of the terms being used, you're talking about a guy, the Apostle John, some 2,000 years ago, trying to describe things he was seeing in the future so that they could understand it. And so what he could do was describe things the best way he can. We all know the four horsemen apocalypse are not literally riding horses. It's just figurative ways to describe what he's seeing.
All right, so when are these UFO invasions coming? And where are they coming from?
Well, the first one that most people need to be watching out for, I believe that the rider of the red horse is already riding, being represented by George Bush and his endless war on terror. The next horse to be on the scene is the rider of the black horse.
No, hold on here. Let's go back to my question. My question was when the UFO invasions are going to start.
Okay, I'm getting to there. The rider of the black horse, which is Maitreya, this coming Iranian imam. And so with him, you will start seeing alien invasions on Earth, almost coinciding with his arrival in Arabia, is the unleashing of the locusts from the Euphrates River. And these locusts are going to be his allies.
All right, so when is this UFO invasion going to when is the first UFO invasion, and where are they coming from?
Well, the first alien invasion is with Maitreya. The first UFO invasion will be with this coming Sananda, this Jesus Christ that's coming to the earth. That will be several months after Maitreya's arrival, depicted usually in the month of September of the year 2009. And so what I've been battling back and forth with is 2008 this year, this biblical year of 2009, or is it literally next year in our 2009? And so after you see this Iranian imam, this Maitreya, come to the world scene, about 4 or 5 months later, you're going to see the first real UFO invasion, which will be with this Sananda. He's going to come to Earth posing as God, these UFOs being his angelic hosts. I think most of your listeners have probably heard about the Project Blue Beam, the Blue Beam Project. Mm-hmm. All that will come into play with Sananda's arrival.
Where are these UFOs coming from?
Well, the fallen angels, these demonic and alien beings, they have modes of transportation. They live on our star systems. They live on our moons. They live on our planets. All of them are hollow. You can look up in the sky and see their bright starships at night. They usually come out at about 33 degrees above horizon. They mimic stars, but they're actually starships.
Oh, they are. Are they? How big are these starships?
Well, I don't know how big they are, but I mean, they look the size of a star, and they're much closer to Earth. So they have to be pretty huge.
Now, have you ever seen a starship?
Well, I see them every night. You can look outside and look up in the skies and see them.
Have you ever been in one?
No.
Then how do we know they're really starships?
Well, I guess it's one of those things, you believe it or you don't. I mean, they move. They don't just sit there like a star all night. If you watch them, they'll do something crazy. They'll move across the sky, and they'll move back to position, and you'll be there one night and then miss the night, not be there at all, and then show up the night after that. Once you think you've located a starship, just watch it, because they do crazy things. They're not relative of stars that are relatively in the same position for a period of time.
Now, when we started the interview, I asked you who the aliens were, and you said that they were fallen angels. And then I asked you if the aliens were in UFOs, and you said no, they're fallen angels. And then you tell me a few minutes ago that the fallen angels come in UFOs. I
almost missed your question. Are they in UFOs? Yes. I mean, you've got to understand, we've got these demonic beings, these alien beings who use UFOs for transportation, who also taught the same technology to the Germans, the United States, the Russians, the Chinese. We've got everybody flying UFOs now. The United States has their own fleet piloted by NSA pilots. And so when people look up in the skies, you don't always know if you're seeing a military UFO or a real terrestrial being UFO.
And you know this how?
Just years of research. And, you can read the works of William Cooper, you can read Phil Schneider.
Billy Cooper?
I've been breaking down Bible codes for almost 8 years now. I've written many articles on my websites.
But hold on here.
Let's bring the truth.
Let's go back a second. Billy Cooper.
William Cooper.
Yeah. The alleged UFO expert?
He was a naval intelligence officer.
That doesn't mean he was an expert.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things, Rob. You either believe it or you don't. I mean, some people need a UFO to land on their head before they'll believe they exist.
But where do you get your belief from? This is what I'm having a problem with.
I get my belief from what the Lord teaches me and what He reveals to me. Now, people can say, well, George Bush hears from the Lord too, but let me tell you something. The Lord doesn't speak to your head. If you're hearing voices in your head, you're hearing from the elf god, which is military technology. Satan's realm, demons talk to your head, Satan talks to your head, aliens channel information to your head. The Lord doesn't speak to your head. The Lord speaks to your heart, and He will lead His people.
Now tell me about your ministry.
My ministry is reaching out almost to every area in the world now, islands, countries I've never even heard of. I've been doing this now for a while. The Lord has just led me to be a mouthpiece on earth for Him. Satan is coming to earth within a matter of time. People don't have a lot of time. We've got the telltale famine. When my tray arrives, there's going to be a coming global famine. He's just been using me to sound the alarms on many things that are coming to earth.
Now, before you entered the ministry and started your own evangelistic crusades, what were you doing?
I was in school. I was in college. I was attending Kent State. I graduated from Kent State University. Mm-hmm. Before that, I was at Liberty University. I was planning on having a career in journalism and broadcasting. And the Lord just had different plans for me.
Do you see a lot of people getting converted to your way of thinking?
You know what? I don't, it's not something I'm not one of these people that you have to believe what I believe. Mm-hmm. I simply say what the Lord has me to say. If they believe it, fine. If they don't, fine. I have more enemies than people that agree with me, and that's fine. I'm not here for the majority. There's a minority on the world that are the real Lord's people, and that's who I'm here to wake up.
Why would you have enemies?
I have tons of enemies. I've had very many death threats. I'm targeted all the time by the government, which is why I've learned how to combat high-tech weapons. I get targeted all the time. They want me to shut up. They don't want me to expose what they're doing, expose what their plans are doing.
Well, what are their plans?
Well, I've got 20 websites exposing their plans. So,
can't you just summarize one or two of them for us?
Oh, their basic plans in various two different factions. You're dealing with the New World Order faction. You're dealing with the alien agenda. And Ron Paul dealing with the alien agenda. And then you've got George Bush and the New World Order crowd dealing with that agenda. So it's a battle between those two agendas alone. I just sit back and expose them both.
You expose them, but do you make any difference?
It doesn't really, I can't stop it, but what I can do is prepare the people on Earth for what's coming. And that's what I'm here to do. We can put a big dent in their plans. We've already seen it. We're already causing some of the UFOs to crash out of the sky, and eventually a lot of them are going to be doing it. We can put a hamper in Satan's kingdom.
So tell me, how do you get a UFO to crash?
Well, apparently UFOs are flown on some kind of technology. I don't know how